Hallo liebe Deutschlernerinnen und Deutschlerner. Whenever you talk about the time in German, you most probably came across or will come across these two words. Erst und schon. Very common used small words, but how do you actually use them in sentences? This schon is pretty straightforward in English, translated as already. Erst, on the other hand, as you can see, there is tons of translations. The first one, this only, is probably the most common one and also the easiest one, but it depends on situation, context, and perspective. Important. Both are used to emphasize if it's early or if it's late. Both are used to emphasize is it early or late, or if you still have a lot of time, or if you only have a little time. And important, it is a matter of perspective. Meaning, for some people, it's late. For other people, it's early. So it all comes down to perception. And this is why it's so hard to explain it. I know this topic, erst and schon, it comes usually already in the beginner books in A1 level, but most German textbooks don't really explain it. We think this is more like an A2 topic, and it will take time until you're able to use this erst, especially this erst, maybe even B1 and higher. But in this video, I try to make it kind of as simple as possible to you to kind of understand or get you a feeling how you can use this. And because there is no specific rule, because as shown here, it's a matter of perception and all comes down to the context as well. Therefore, it's the easiest way, I think, to just do examples, conversational examples, and some specifics examples where I will explain this to you. And by the way, if you are learning German by yourself and you're looking for complete online courses and you can study whenever and wherever you want, you have textbooks, worksheet, everything in one place, online tests all together, then check out our homepage where we have complete beginner courses, intermediate courses, and soon also advanced level courses. But let's start now with an easy example. Es ist schon 10 Uhr. Es ist schon 10 Uhr. It's already 10. It doesn't matter if it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. For this person who is saying this, for this person 10 is late. 10 is late. Now another person says, es ist erst 10 Uhr. Es ist erst 10 Uhr. For this person, this means 10 is early. 10 is early. Es ist erst 10 Uhr. Now, I know what you're thinking. Say, okay, Luzi, I got it. Very easy. Whenever I want to emphasize something is late, I use schon. Whenever I want to emphasize something is early, I use erst. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like this. For example, Max steht schon 9 Uhr auf. Max steht schon 9 Uhr auf. Now, Max is getting up already at 9 a.m. Now, I am saying this. So this is my perspective. For me, 9 a.m. is early. So for me, Max is getting up early. But when I say, again, from my perspective, Max steht erst 9 Uhr auf. Max steht erst 9 Uhr auf. This means for me, Max is getting up late. So again, that's just my perspective. When I use schon, then for me, Max is getting up early. When I use erst, then for me, Max is getting up late. What about this question? Hast du morgen 15 Uhr Zeit? Hast du morgen 15 Uhr Zeit? Somebody asks you, do you have time tomorrow at 3 p.m.? You could say, if you probably have time before already, you could say something like this. Ja, ich habe schon ab 2 Zeit. Ja, ich habe schon ab 2 Zeit. Yes, I'm already I already have time starting from 2. But if you don't have time at 3 or before, you most probably will use a sentence like this. Nein, ich habe erst 5 Zeit. Nein, ich habe erst 5 Zeit. No, I don't have time until 5. I don't have time until 5. And here you see this erst is translated more like with this not until. Now let's make some more examples and we do a conversation zwischen einer Frau und einem Mann. Die Frau sagt, oh, es ist schon spät, ich muss nach Hause. Oh, es ist schon spät, ich muss nach Hause. Oh, it's already late, I have to go home. Der Mann sagt, warum? Es ist erst 21 Uhr. Warum? Es ist erst 21 Uhr. Why? It's only 9 p.m. So here he uses this erst 21 Uhr because he wants to emphasize that for him, for his perspective, 9 p.m. is still early. So we still have a lot of time. But he doesn't know something, which is, she says, es ist schon 21 Uhr. Es ist schon 21 Uhr. Already 9 p.m. Because why? Ich muss morgen früh aufstehen. Ich muss morgen früh aufstehen. I have to get up tomorrow early in the morning. And here you see it. For her, it's late. This 9 p.m. is late. Why? Because she has to get up early in the morning. He doesn't maybe know this, or he doesn't have this information. That's why he asked, why? It's only 9. We still have, 2 hours or something. But he doesn't have this information. But for him, it's early. For her, it's late. Another one. Der Mann fragt, kommt Maria erst 20 Uhr? Kommt Maria erst 20 Uhr? Does Maria come only at 8 p.m.? Or better, is she not coming before 8 p.m.? Die Frau sagt, ja, sie macht noch Überstunden. Ja, sie, Maria, macht noch Überstunden. Yes, she is working overtime. Und er sagt, oh, hat sie nicht gestern schon Überstunden gemacht? Hat sie nicht gestern schon Überstunden gemacht? Didn't she work overtime already yesterday? So this first erst here, he wants to kind of emphasize it's late. She should be there before 8. Why is she not coming why is she not coming before 8? And therefore he says, kommt Maria erst 20 Uhr. Next conversation. Der Junge fragt, wann kommt Hugo am Bahnhof an? Wann kommt Hugo am Bahnhof an? When does Hugo arrive at the train station? Und die Frau sagt, erst in 40 Minuten. Erst in 40 Minuten. Only in 40 minutes. Or he will not. It's not a complete sentence, right? So the complete sentence would be, kommt erst in 40 Minuten an. But in spoken language, we would just say it like this. Erst in 40 Minuten. He will not arrive before or for another 40 minutes. Why? Sein Zug hat Verspätung. Sein Zug hat Verspätung. His train is delayed. So the boy just asked a normal question, when does he arrive? And she says, erst in 40 Minuten, because she wants to emphasize that it's actually late. He was supposed to arrive earlier, but because the train is delayed, he arrives not for another 40 minutes. Erst in 40 Minuten. Die nächste Konversation. Die Frau sagt, komm, beeil dich bitte ein bisschen. Beeil dich bitte ein bisschen, es ist schon spät. Please hurry up a little bit, it's already late. Und die andere Frau sagt, warum denn? Aber warum denn? Es ist doch erst 8:30 Uhr. Aber warum denn? Es ist doch erst 8:30 Uhr. But why? It's only 8:30. So again, she used this erst here to emphasize it's early or we still have a lot of time. Why do you want to hurry? And now the other person or the other woman here gives the explanation. Ja, aber wir brauchen 25 Minuten bis zum Bahnhof. Ja, aber wir brauchen 25 Minuten bis zum Bahnhof. We need 25 minutes until we get to the train station. So here, again, it's about information. It's about context. For the first person, for the first woman, she knows it's it's late. We need to hurry. The second woman, she thinks, oh no, we still have a lot of time. But it's actually like this. But she thinks so. That's why she says erst. Es ist erst 8:30 Uhr. One more. Der Mann fragt, warum willst du schon schlafen gehen? Warum willst du schon schlafen gehen? Why do you want to sleep already? Why do you want to go to bed already? Es ist doch erst 23 Uhr. Es ist doch erst 23 Uhr. It's only 11 p.m. So again, for him, for his perspective, 11 p.m. is still early. There's still a lot of time left. Der andere Mann sagt, normalerweise gehe ich schon um 22 Uhr ins Bett. Normalerweise gehe ich schon um 22 Uhr ins Bett. Usually, I go to bed already at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. That's why, for him, this 11 p.m. is late. That's why he wants to go to bed. And then man number one says, ich gehe jeden Tag erst um 1 Uhr ins Bett. Ich gehe jeden Tag erst um 1 Uhr ins Bett. I don't go to bed until 1 a.m. every day. So that's why for him, in the first sentence, he uses erst, because for him it's early, and he wants to emphasize there's still a lot of time left. But for the second man, it's late, because usually he already goes to bed at 10. Another one. Unser Flug geht um 15 Uhr. Unser Flug geht um 15 Uhr. Der Mann sagt, our flight is leaving or is leaving at 3 p.m. Jetzt ist es erst 11 Uhr. Jetzt ist es erst 11 Uhr. Now it's only 11 a.m. Again, using it erst here because he wants to emphasize we still have 4 hours, a lot of time, right? And he also says this, wir haben noch viel Zeit. Wir haben noch viel Zeit. We still have a lot of time. This sentence, this wir haben noch viel Zeit, you can actually drop it because this erst already implies this information. If you just say, jetzt ist es erst 11 Uhr, this means for you, you still have a lot of time. Aber, again, it's about information. He's missing something, because die Frau sagt, nein, wir müssen schon 2 Stunden vorher einchecken. Nein, wir müssen schon 2 Stunden vorher einchecken. No, we have to already 2 hours before go and check in. Und der Zug zum Flughafen fährt erst um 13 Uhr ab. Und der Zug zum Flughafen fährt erst um 13 Uhr ab. And the train to the airport doesn't leave until 1. This would be too late, right? Because they need 2 hours. They need to be there 2 hours before. So that's why this train at 1, there's no other one before, but this train would be too late. So that's why she adds at the end, nehmen wir ein Taxi. Nehmen wir ein Taxi. Are we going to take a cab? Now the first erst here, which comes from the guy, es ist erst 11 Uhr, this is this only, and this is the most common one as well. He wants to emphasize there's still a lot of time. But for the second erst at the bottom, the one she says, der Zug fährt erst um 13 Uhr, this is this not until. It's not until 1 p.m. Now for this only, I have a short Zusammenfassung, a short summary. Whenever you use this erst plus a time word, and this erst has to be this only, as translated as only, then this means there is still a lot of time left. You still have a lot of time. You don't have to hurry. If you use schon plus a time word, this means there is not much time left and you need to hurry. So again, erst plus Zeit, as it translated as only, then you have a lot of time. You want to emphasize that there is still a lot of time. If you use schon plus Zeit, then you want to emphasize that there is not much time left and you have to hurry. Now, a couple more specific examples to compare these two. Nummer 1. Heute war ich schon eine Stunde auf Instagram. Heute war ich schon eine Stunde auf Instagram. Today, I was already on Instagram for 1 hour, or I was checking Instagram for 1 hour. Or, the other example, heute war ich erst eine Stunde auf Instagram. Heute war ich erst eine Stunde auf Instagram. The first one means I usually spend less than an hour per day on Instagram. So when I say heute war ich schon eine Stunde on Instagram, this means for me it's a lot. I usually don't spend that much time on Instagram. So that's why I use this schon to emphasize, for me, 1 hour is a lot. When I say in the second example, heute war ich erst eine Stunde on Instagram, this means usually I spend more time or more than 1 hour per day on Instagram. So here I use this erst to emphasize that 1 hour is not a lot. For me, I spend maybe 3-4 hours on Instagram every day. So therefore I use this erst. Another example. Let's say I have 2 daughters and they both have to learn German. Lea doesn't like to learn German. She's just not into German, but she has to. And my other daughter, Nina, she loves German. So when I say as a father, Lea, she doesn't like German, Lea hat heute schon eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. Lea hat heute schon eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. This means I'm very happy. She already studied German for 1 hour. Now for my other daughter, Nina, when I say Nina hat heute erst eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. Nina hat heute erst eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. I'm not so happy. Why? Again, Lea doesn't like German. Nina loves German. So for Lea, usually 1 hour a day is already a lot. So she usually spends less than an hour per day learning German. So that's why when she studied an hour on a day, and then I can say, oh, Lea hat heute schon eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. So for me, and for her as well, it's a lot. So I say already. I want to emphasize, this is great. Nina hat heute erst eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt. This means she usually spends studying German more than an hour per day. So for Nina, this 1 hour, eine Stunde, is nothing amazing, nothing special, because usually she studies more than an hour per day. That's why I say, oh, erst eine Stunde, because for her it's not a lot. By the way, be like Lea, 1 hour per day is way enough. Bonustipp, nur oder erst. You definitely know this nur. Nur is this only. Only. It only translates with only. Erst can be only, right? But what is the difference? Zum Beispiel, ich habe nur ein Bier getrunken. Ich habe nur ein Bier getrunken. I only drank 1 beer. This means I finished drinking and I only had 1 beer. I only had 1 beer, nothing more. And most probably I finished drinking, I will not continue drinking. But when I say the sentence, ich habe erst ein Bier getrunken, ich habe erst ein Bier getrunken, this means I most probably will continue drinking and have more than 1 beer. So that's the difference. You use nur if you want to emphasize that it was just 1 beer and it also will stay 1 beer. You use erst to emphasize that there is still more to come. Ich habe erst ein Bier getrunken. This means most probably I will continue drinking. How about this one? Ich habe nur eine Stunde gelernt. Ich habe nur eine Stunde gelernt. This means I only studied for 1 hour. I finished studying and I did it for an hour. Ich habe erst eine Stunde Deutsch gelernt, zum Beispiel. Ich habe erst eine Stunde gelernt. This means I only studied for 1 hour so far, but I most probably will continue. And I will study more than 1 hour. And if you want to continue studying German, here a video about the difference between wenn und wann. And here a common German phrase is es gibt, explained and how to use it. I hope you learned something. I hope it helped. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Dankeschön, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss und bye bye.